All right, everybody. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. If you can make sure that you have your microphone muted and your video off, we would appreciate it, just so you don't have any distractions. So make sure your microphone is off and your video is off. That would be great. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for being here today. Happy Saturday. Happy UTSA Day. We are so excited to have you. My name is Beth Smothers, and I work for orientation, and I'm going to be your host today. So thanks for joining us. We are going to make sure that everybody keeps your video off and your microphones muted throughout the session. We're going to be using the chat box to answer questions. So if you haven't already opened the chat box, make sure that you hover your mouse over the screen and pick the little communication bubble, and that'll open the chat box on the side. So we've got some staff here who will be able to help answer your questions via the chat box. So today, this is not the official orientation. This is an info session to teach you more about what orientation is and how to sign up. So welcome, welcome, welcome to our admitted students, welcome to our prospective students, and welcome to any family that might be joining us. We are excited that you're here. I know times are crazy, but we are excited to connect with you and get to see your faces today and get to answer your questions. So thank you for being here. We want to make sure that you get your questions answered. So I'm going to have Cassie, my coworker who's on with us today. She's going to introduce herself, and then you'll get to hear from some of our students in just a second.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cassie Lopez. I'm a senior program coordinator, and I specifically oversee family orientation, transfer, and one days. And I'm going to be talking you guys through how to sign up for orientation in a little bit. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have as well. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks so much, Cassie. So yes, we will give you all the information you need to know on when and how to sign up. And answer a lot of your questions. So as I mentioned already, we are utilizing the chat feature today. If you happen to be calling in, you will not be able to utilize the chat feature, but we will give you resources throughout the presentation and especially at the end to reach out and contact us should your questions not be answered during the session. So you can make sure and follow up with us that way. Other than that, we are going to dive right in. Just one more reminder to mute your microphones if you haven't done so already. We're getting a little critical noise. So just make sure that you've muted as you join and so that everybody can hear. But again, we're excited you're here and we're going to go ahead and get started. So first off, we want to let you hear from some of our amazing students. So we have Sarah and Mary in our session with us today. Sarah, could you tell me a little bit about what you were most nervous about coming into UTSA?
Hi guys, my name is Sarah. I'm a student coordinator for the Orientation and Family Programs Office. So I am a second year student, and my first year, the most thing I was nervous about would probably be the size of the campus, just because I come from a smaller town and my high school was pretty small as well. So coming onto this campus, it was very big, but you know, you get used to it, and then everything's very easy to find, and students all around, like if you need help, you can just reach out to a student, ask them where this building is or where this classroom is, and they're always there to help you. So it is pretty nerve-wracking, but after like the first few days, you'll be fine.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sarah. Mary, could you tell us a little bit about what you were nervous about coming into UTSA?
Yes. Hi, Beth. Thank you so much. One of my most stressful things coming into UTSA was signing up for classes. However, we're about to discuss how you can sign up through ASAP. And also, one of the best resources for you when you come to UTSA is your academic advisor. Your academic advisor will help you know which classes you need to sign up for, as well as when to sign up and what is best for you in your degree plan. So it's really comforting to know that you have that one person who can guide you through this process.
Great. Thanks so much, Mary. And you'll get to hear more from our students as we continue. But first, I want to turn it over to Cassie. She's going to start answering your questions about what orientation is and why it's going to be beneficial for you.
Okay, thanks, Beth. So, like she said, I'm kind of going to just walk you through some general info before we get into specifically how to register. So, what is orientation? What is the format of our upcoming orientation sessions? And what comes after you complete orientation? So, orientation is to ensure that admitted students who are ready to come to UTSA have the most updated information regarding student services, academics, and campus life before you enroll in the fall. And our goal at orientation is to ensure that you have, again, the most updated and best information so you feel comfortable when you come to UTSA. Unfortunately, due to the COVID outbreak, all of our upcoming orientations are going to be online, and this goes through July. The online format is about an hour and a half to 2 hours of online modules that you'll complete. And it gives you the opportunity to obviously do this in the safety of your own home, do it at your own pace. The modules focus on preparing you for academic and student success at UTSA. So they're really designed to give you everything that you need. A lot of the sessions that you would see at an in-person orientation have provided and given us information for our online orientation. So you're really getting a lot of the same really important information. We also focus on campus life, UTSA traditions. So it's not just academic based or student services based. You really get a well-rounded picture of what UTSA looks like, even when you're doing online orientation. So once you complete online orientation, your academic advisor will reach out to you to schedule your virtual advising appointment, which includes, again, deciding on which classes you're going to take, what works best for your schedule, maybe what you've already taken, what you still need to take, and kind of going through that plan. So you need to complete that orientation, and then advising will be notified, and you will be contacted by advising shortly after that. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to register for online orientation. I know we had a question about how and when. So orientation is open, so you can already go ahead and start signing up for orientation for summer session or for fall. And again, I'm going to walk you through a little bit on how to do that. So if you are admitted again and you'd like to register and you're ready to register for orientation, you can feel free to follow along and sign up. If you prefer to sign up later, there are PDF instructions in the UTSA Day Guidebook app. So you can always follow along and again, do it later, do it at your own pace. But your first step is to log on to UTSA website on their ASAP. Once you've logged on to ASAP, you're going to go to Future Roadrunner tab, and it'll allow you to kind of see all these different tabs. So you're going to actually click on Future Roadrunner tab. But before you get here, I'm sorry, let me go back a little bit. On the previous page, there's going to be some things like emergency notifications, inputting your cell phone for emergencies, meningitis. So you do have to complete that first, and then you can get to this page. So again, once you get here, Future Roadrunner tab, and then you're going to see several options. And under admitted students, you're going to select sign up for orientation. So again, right here, oh, I'm sorry, Beth, if you want to go back just one more slide, just so you can kind of highlight it a little bit. As you can see on the top, that Future Roadrunner tab, that's in orange. That's what you're going to click once you get to that tab. And then you're going to see down here, admitted students again. So you're going to see admitted students. It's a little grayed out, but it's the second or third one, and it's sign up for orientation. Okay. Okay. So that's what's going to come up on your computer once you click on that. It's going to have you log in with your ABC123 and your password. If you don't know what your ABC123 is or your password is, you can contact the One Stop Enrollment Office, and they can reset it and they can send it to you. So once you log in, you're going to see more information about signing up for orientation. So you're going to select the date drop-down menu. Yeah. Everyone can just a friendly reminder, if we can mute our mics. I think we're hearing a little bit of feedback. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to use the chat box, and we've got our students ready to help you. Again, you're going to click that drop-down box menu, and you're only going to see one option, and that's going to be the online orientation option. So you're going to click on that. You're going to click submit, and then on the next page, provide us with your cell phone information. Once you've done this, you'll be taken to your confirmation page. So again, you're going to click on that and select online. So this is kind of what, again, your information, your cell phone information on your confirmation page. You'll see information about the program you selected at the top, but most importantly, you will see the additional information box at the include instructions for how to complete online orientation, including the link to access. So as you can see down here, like I said, additional information online, steps for completing your online, and it walks you through step by step how to do that. And again, you're going to click on that blue link to access orientation, to your online orientation link. You can start and stop orientation as needed. You do not need to complete in one sitting, so you can do it at your own pace. But you can always sign back into the system to view this page and access orientation. I hope that was helpful, guys. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat feature. Thanks all.
Thanks so much, Cassie. Hopefully, as she said, that answered some of your questions. But we will keep going. Again, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. We've had a few helpful questions already, like, is there a deadline to complete orientation? We usually recommend completing orientation as soon as possible because this is the next step to be able to meet with your advisor so that you can register for classes. So as Cassie mentioned, once you complete online orientation, within about 3 weeks, academic advising will reach out to you to schedule your advising appointment and then give you more information on registering for classes. So keep those questions coming in the chat feature. Other than that, I want to go back to our students and let them share a little bit about their favorite parts of UTSA. So Mary, could you tell us a little bit about your favorite thing at UTSA?
Yes, so there's so many things to do at UTSA as far as involvement in student life as well as academics. One of my favorite things about UTSA is that we have a lot of different events, and a lot of them are not necessarily very costly, so you can attend them for free. One of my favorites is Best Fest. So Best Fest is like a little festival we have around October time frame, and it's basically like a little carnival. A lot of students come out. We have a little concert and everything. So I think it's a really good opportunity to engage in student life and really just get familiar with the traditions that we have on campus.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Sarah, what about you?
One of my favorite things about UTSA would definitely be the people. I can definitely say that I have met my lifelong, friends here on campus, and even the JPL. So if you don't know what the JPL is, the JPL is a library that we have on campus, and it's just so fun to be able to study and hang out with my friends there. So my favorite thing about UTSA is definitely the people that I've met there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we are getting some good questions in the chat feature. So before we move on to sharing one of my favorite traditions at UTSA with you guys today, I want to answer some of these. So you do not have to be TSI complete or Rowdy Ready complete to take online orientation. So you can go ahead and complete that as soon as you'd like to. You will, however, need to be TSI complete and or have completed the ALEX when you register for classes. So that depends on your major. So I'd encourage you to really read through your Rowdy Ready. You can also reach out to testing services if you have questions about TSI, but that'll be important to make sure you take care of some of those things before you register. Typically, you do have to have your meningitis paperwork in before you are able to register for classes. However, with the COVID situation going on right now, that's been that deadline has been pushed back. So don't worry if you haven't gotten your meningitis completed, you haven't been able to submit that paperwork. You'll still be able to register for classes after completing online orientation and registering and meeting with your academic advisor. So great questions there. We are going to keep going, but keep those chat questions coming in the chat box and we can help answer those questions as we go. But now is something I'm excited about. We have a tradition that we usually teach in orientation to all of our incoming roadrunners, and so we want to teach you guys today. So I'm going to ask Mary to come back and teach us the rowdy flare.
All right, guys. Yes. So, sorry, some feedback. Yes. Sorry, guys. So, as Beth mentioned, we do have a tradition here at UTSA. It's called the Rowdy Flair, and we want to continue it even through our virtual orientation and UTSA Day. So, I'm going to kind of give you guys the rundown and then give it back to you to do it along with me. So, it's very simple. As you can see on the screen, there's 3 steps. You want to give 2 claps and then a rowdy hand sign in a circle. So all together, it's going to look like woo. All right, now I invite my supervisors and my students to come on and join me for this. So if you guys could all unmute and I'll lead you guys. All right, on the count of 3, we're going to give a rowdy flare. All right, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Awesome. So I hope you guys followed along at home. This is a super cute tradition. We try to do it at like different events on campus, and we're trying to really like increase our participation. So um, I invite you all to do it with us. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Mary. Hopefully you guys were able to follow along at home and participate in the Rowdy Flair. As she mentioned, once you come back to campus, you might be at an event or activity and somebody will introduce the Rowdy Flair, and now you know exactly how to participate. So it looks like we've gotten just about all the questions answered in the chat feature. If you have any remaining questions, feel free to ask them through the chat, and then I'm going to give you some additional contact information. But most of the questions look like questions about what do you need to have done before you meet with your academic advisor. And just to recap real quickly, you don't have to have meningitis or TSI done or ALEX before you take the online orientation. So feel free to sign in as early as today to start completing that. And as Cassie said, you can go at your own time. You can meet with your academic advisor as well once they reach out to you. Once you complete online orientation, it'll take about 3 weeks for our advisors to reach out to you to schedule an appointment. And then at that appointment, if you're Rowdy Ready complete, you'll be able to register for classes. So just kind of work on getting your Rowdy Ready stuff in. But as I mentioned, we know you can't run out and get your meningitis shot right now. So that will not inhibit you from registering for classes. So we will stay on and keep answering a few questions, but overall, we are just so glad you're here today. I'd encourage you to check out, we have so many sessions today at UTSA Day virtually, and we are excited that you're here, and our team is more committed than ever to making sure that you have a smooth transition to UTSA. So make sure that you reach out. Offices all over campus are ready for your questions and are looking for ways to engage with you through the summer. So make sure you keep checking your preferred email. We'll be sending out more information from the orientation team throughout the summer with different ways to get to know other students in your incoming class and hear from your colleges, have major specific things. So make sure you keep checking that preferred email. There'll be a bunch of additional virtual opportunities throughout the summer for you to plug in. So as I mentioned, we'll stay on and answer any questions. If you have additional questions or if you are on the call-in feature and you're not able to ask questions via chat, please feel free to reach out to us. Our phone number and our is 210-458-4724, or you can reach out to orientation@utsa.edu. Future.utsa.edu is a great way to stay informed of any changes that are coming up, and that'll link you to Rowdy Ready status, to submitting transcripts, a bunch of other information. So that's a great place to stay up to date with. And then if you want to stay connected with us on social platforms, it's at UTSA Future RR. So again, we'll stay on if you have any additional questions in the chat, but welcome to UTSA Day, and we are so excited to have you, and I hope you just have a fantastic day. We'll stay on if you have questions, but otherwise, have a great day and go Runners.